question?
So, I like how, who was the one who created
Mrs. Brewer's class, can you stop and give me 5?
white and
Jay, I'm going to have you wait just for a second. Okay, Jay, go ahead. We're ready to listen.
who created the pictures?
The pictures in both of these books was by Peter Brown. He's the illustrator.
Peter Brown, I like how he made it white, darker and darker to get down
Yes.
from.
You noticed? I liked it too. He did that so we could understand the tone of the story, right? Which was supposed to be kind of creepy, a little eerie. So he conveyed that in his pictures. Yes, do you have a question?
At the end, I know why he hanged up the under around his room, because he might wanted more light in his room.
I think so,
so
too.
he hanged it up.
Yes, you're right. All right, well, you guys, we're going to kind of switch gears and we're going to talk about being more independent when you guys come into the library and how understanding how things are organized and how that's going to help you guys locate books. So you guys, first I want you guys to look here. Do you guys see the spine of the book?
Yeah.
Do you see this white sticker?
Yeah.
That's called the call number. And we're going to learn more about those today. Okay, so let's just review. Now, we talked about fiction books, which fictions are pretend books. And we can tell if it's a fiction book by the call number because those call numbers, they only have letters on them, okay? But nonfiction books, which are our true books or information books, their call numbers look different because they have both numbers and letters in the call number. So that's how you can tell just by looking at the call number if you have a fiction book or a nonfiction book. And the letters in both the fiction and the nonfiction book, the call numbers, the bottom part, the section on the bottom with the call number, it has 3 letters. And those letters represent the first 3 letters of the person's name who wrote the book. Who can raise their hand and tell me, what do we call the person who wrote the book? Go ahead.
An English.
Good. Do you remember? It's okay. What do you think?
Dr. Seuss.
Well, let's talk. If somebody wrote the book, what do we call that person? Yes.
Illustrator.
Close. It's not the illustrator. Yes, McKinley.
Author.
Yes, that's right. It's the author. The author's last name. So at the call number, those letters that we see, the first 3 letters of the author's last name. And so fiction books are always organized alphabetically by the author's last name. So here's an example, okay? Do you guys see here? This is our call number. And there's 2 sections on the call number. The first one tells us the area in the library where that book is located. Right here, those are the E's, which means those are our everybody books. And the last part here, the 3 letters, that's the author's last name. So we need to put that in order, so that helps us find these books when we're looking for them. So looking at these, S-H-A-B-R-O and M-I-L, can somebody raise their hand and tell me what letter comes first in the alphabet? So which one of these books would be first? Would it be the B, the S, the M?
The
What do you
B.
guys think? Jay, what do you think?
The B.
The B, that's right. So that would be our first book. I don't know if that looks right still. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me what they think our number 2 book would be? Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Blue.
The blue book, do you guys see that? The M would be the next letter. And it really helps you guys if you say the alphabet in your head. And then you can, oh yeah, that's right, M comes before S. So that means these books would be in alphabetical order. So let's try a different one. Okay, so these are more books we need to put in order. And if you can see, they're all in everybody's section. So that means we need to look at the first 3 letters of the author's last name. And we need to find out which book would come first. Oh, let's take a second, you guys. We have B-E-R-W-I-L-D-E-P-J-O-H and A-U-C. Yes, what do you think comes first?
D.
D? Let's think of the alphabet. Sometimes it helps if we say the alphabet in our head. Which letter do you guys think comes first? Olive, what do you think?
A.
Yep. So A would be first. And then which one would be the next one? What do you think? Yes, go ahead.
B.
B. Very good. Okay, and then who can help me out? What's next? McKinley, what do you think?
D.
All right, and now we have a W and a J. Looking at our shelf, say the ABCs in your head if you have to. I'm looking for a quiet hand up in the air, sitting crisscross applesauce. Yes, what do you think?
J.
J. Very good. So, then that means the W would be the last book on our shelf. So that would be the alphabetical order. So let's try another one, okay? Now, this one is gonna get a little trickier for you guys, okay? So let's go through it. Again, the E's on top, so that means it's in the everybody section. We have K-E-I, B-U-N, A-R-N, B-R-O, and S-H-A. Who can tell me the first book that I put on my shelf? Yes, go ahead.
A.
Yep, that would be the A. Now, I'm gonna ask you guys for the second book on the shelf, and this is where it gets a little tricky. We have two B's. One is a B-U-N, the other one's B-R-O. So when we have a book that has the same first letter, we're gonna look at the second letter, okay? So we have B-U and B-R. So which one do you think comes first, U or R? And again, sometimes voice is up. Sometimes it helps if you say the alphabet in your head, okay? And I'm gonna be looking for a quiet hand in the air, and the person is sitting crisscross applesauce. Yes, go ahead.
B-R-O.
Yep, very good. So then that means our second B, that would go next. Now with this last one, we have K-E-I and S-H-A. Somebody who hasn't had a turn, would you please tell me what you think? Yes, go ahead.
K.
And that would be the alphabetical order, you guys, okay? That's what we're gonna be doing some more of today. But I also, voices up, I want you guys to have a little bit of experience putting the nonfiction books in order. So we do that differently. So in the nonfiction books, we put them in order by the number. Do you guys see those numbers on that top part?
Yeah.
The bottom is still the first three letters of the author's last name. But we need to put them in order by lowest number to highest number. So we have 567, 811, 590, 921, and 398. Who can tell me what they think would be the first book? Olive.
398.
Yep, that's right. So that's the lowest number, so that'd be the first book. Now this is where it gets tricky again, because we have two books that would be in the 500 section. One is 567, the other one is 590. So who can raise their hand and tell me which one they think goes next? Yes, go ahead.
567.
Very good, yep. So-
0.9.
Yes, that's right. And so that means our 590 would be the next book. Now who could tell me, is 811 or 921 next? Yes, go ahead.
521.
Yes, very good. Yep, that would be next. And then that's how the nonfiction books you guys go. It's the lowest number to highest number, and we put them in order that way. So today, we're going to be doing an activity where you guys are going to be practicing putting books in the alphabetical order by looking at the call number. And I want you guys to, we're going to do number 2 as a class, but I want you guys to take a look here. The alphabet is right here on the top. That's there to support you guys. Shh, voices up. So if you are looking and you can't remember which letter comes next, you can say the alphabet in your head, or you can look up here and see, A would be first. Okay, so that'd be the first book on my bookshelf. Oh, B's next. That would be my second book. Oh, but that means P, which is right there, would be my number 3 book. So let's do this as a